weather alert.
And right now on CBS News Boston, our next weather team has been tracking tonight's incoming storm, set to bring snow, ice, rain, and wind through the weekend. And it's already underway in western and central Mass. You're looking at a live picture from Holy Cross in Worcester right now, where it's been snowing for about an hour or so. Good evening to you. Ken McLeod with you on this Saturday. This snow will turn into sleet and freezing rain overnight in many spots. We have team coverage for you as crews work to keep roads safe across the state. Let's go ahead and begin with meteorologist Alyssa Andrews with our next weather alert.
Hey there. Good evening, Ken. So yeah, everything you mentioned right there, the snow, the ice, the rain, and the wind, all going to be major threats and impacting this storm. It's a massive storm system. So of course we are next weather alerting. And as we talk about the snow here locally, that's already been in play for the last hour and a half or so. This is part of a much larger system, and really the rain on the bottom half of this thing, which will impact us more tomorrow evening. Tons of flash flood warnings to the south and in mid-Atlantic and some near the Midwest. So we take a closer look here. We've got some snow. And it's for the first part of this evening. It's going to be all snow really until about midnight. We'll start to see areas south of Massachusetts starting to change over, and the mixed precipitation goes into effect. So a couple of things that we're watching with this. It's going to be snow at first, and then we have the ice coming up for overnight tomorrow morning. That's going to be pretty dangerous. So very messy, wintry mix for the weekend. After it wraps up and we dry things out, Arctic blast to start off the new week. So temperatures will remain chilly, and then there's going to be an additional storm system we're watching into next week. We've already flagged that on our 7-day forecast to talk about a potential snow into Thursday. But for now, there's still plenty to talk about here. Again, all snow at the front end on the onset of this, which we're already seeing. For most of us, a good 3 to 5 inch swath of snowfall for tonight. Some higher totals to the north. You'll notice that the all snow coverage here lasts quite a while, and it's about 12 a.m. So midnight here, we're going to start to see some changes. But for most of Massachusetts, still seeing snow. Overnight, this starts to move to mixed precipitation. We'll be waking up tomorrow morning with quite a mess. If you have to leave somewhere tomorrow, take it easy. Give yourself plenty of extra time. It's going to be slick. It's going to be icy. We'll have some freezing rain and also rain to the south. And then into the Sunday afternoon, we're going to get quite a lot of water out of this. So a very moisture loaded system we're looking at here. This all turns to rain. And then once the system passes through, it's going to be on to the very gusty winds. We will talk about all of that in our forecast, Ken.
Yeah, this is a messy one. All right, Alyssa, thanks. We'll see you in just a little bit. So for the second straight Saturday night, plow drivers will be on the road, and this is likely to be much tougher than last week, as Alyssa was pointing out. More snow on the front end and a solid coating of ice on top of it in many spots. And with that in mind, WBZ's Logan Hall is live for us in Andover right now, where plow drivers are probably still finishing up their naps, getting ready for an all-nighter. Logan?
Yeah, Ken, that's right. Good evening. We are just starting to see some of that snow falling from the sky here in Andover. And you're right, this parking lot here full of plow trucks is currently empty. And that's because most of these folks are actually taking those naps and gearing up for what is going to be an extremely busy night. They expect work to pick up here around the 11 o'clock hour. I was speaking to the owner of T&B Landscaping, the company here that we are in this lot of, and he was telling me that he expects crews to be working throughout the course of the night, beginning around 11 o'clock and going all the way into the hours of the morning, working to treat some of those roads and to keep the community here safe. Now, this company will be working to plow streets, to plow driveways, and many of those community buildings here in Andover, working to make sure that these road conditions stay favorable for drivers. Now, Mass DOT did put out a winter weather advisory warning drivers to stay off of the roads whenever they can, as some of those roads are going to become extremely icy and slick and wet and slippery as this storm continues. We will be out here over the course of the evening monitoring these snowy conditions and keeping an eye on some of these roads as they continue to pile up with that snow. Ken, for now in Andover, Logan Hall, WBZ News.
All right, Logan, thanks. This month has been one storm after another, and with that in mind, salt supplies are dwindling a bit. WBZ's Paul Burton shows us how communities hit hard by snow and ice are keeping roads and walkways clear.
From salt to sand to shovels, it was a mad scramble for residents as they embrace yet another icy winter storm.
Well, I'm concerned about power loss for sure, but I'm also concerned about not timing it right. So if I don't get out there and shovel just right at the right time, then the ice is going to form on top and it'll be really tough to remove.
R.W. Shattuck, Ace Hardware here in Arlington, said they got 81 pallets of ice melt over the past week and has been flying off the shelves ever since.
Yeah, we unloaded a truck today. Thousands of bags.
Which is a coveted commodity these days, as a lot of stores have sold out of the white gold. Colleen Arson loaded up her car with 4 bags.
I have been out and haven't been able to get it and really anywhere for over a week. I live in Charlestown, so I came all the way to Arlington today to get this, and I have a very long walkway to the street.
Yeah, we planned ahead, and we use a lot of local distributors, so we've been getting ice melt from someone in New Hampshire.
Birdie Tompkins picked up 3 bags of ice melt for her house.
Very slippery. It's in a nice kind of shady neighborhood with lots of trees, and it's like you're taking your life in your hands going from the front door to the road.
Icing can lead to sagging power lines. Please treat all down power lines as live and dangerous.
National Grid says crews will be busy all weekend long and remind residents to be patient and report all power outages.
When there's high winds, in excess of 35 miles per hour, we don't send our crews up in the buckets because it's just not safe for them to do so. So just keep in mind, if you're experiencing a lot of ice on the roads, or if you're seeing really heavy winds, that sometimes can delay the response.
Have a good one.
Which is why these residents are stocking up, because winter is far from over.
We're going through ice melt really quickly.
In Arlington, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Stay with WBZ and our team of meteorologists through this next weather alert. We'll bring you updates throughout the storm all weekend long over on WBZ-TV and here on our streaming service, CBS News Boston.